Aquarius! Thanks for stopping by. It's Mary with Seer. This is your weekly tarot. This is for December 1st through the 7th, 2019. So I pulled three Angels and Ancestors cards. And the first one is Peacekeeper. So let go of the need to be right. So there may be some challenges that you've been facing recently that, well, it kind of makes you want to... Okay, so maybe you've kind of just had enough of some of the challenges, and you kind of make wondering if you should just go in. I mean, you know, we get to the point where we have enough, let me put it that way. And we just want to go up and tear it up, you know, just tell people what we think and go in there and just, because we've had enough. And that's totally understandable. But right now you're being asked to kind of take the high road and choose peace instead of conflict. And because things are working out, things will be resolved, and it will be maybe in a place of peace. So we don't always know how that's going to work, but there are things kind of going on, and I know we hear this a lot sometimes. They're going on in the background to solve some of the issues. You know, so taking the route of peace instead of conflict is the way. And sometimes it's just about having peace within yourself and say, haters are going to hate. People that like conflict are going to create conflict until they feel it doesn't work for them anymore. So in that, if we don't react, then we may be taking some of that power away if we just choose to be peaceful. Okay. Or, you know, I had this friend that used to, he would not even say anything. And that worked really well because I would quit talking about whatever it was I was talking about at the time. Just not anything. No, I was like, wow. That seems to be pretty effective. But I'm not saying, I mean, and that was a way of just not even engaging in it. You know, I'm saying there's all different ways. And we can choose just not to let things bother us, to let person vent. But you know, in the end, it has to be whatever's right for you, Aquarius. So, of course, you know that. Okay, so the second card is Elder. And I love this card. It's a move beyond ancestral patterns. So, the thing is that family histories, just history in general, ancestors, all kinds of lineage, all kinds of stuff, there's nothing stronger than our will, our ability to make changes. And so this is a card, your angels, the angels and ancestors, especially your ancestors, want you to know that you're supported in changing these family patterns. Okay? And has a lot to do with people thought you could do, or our families never had that, or we're never can do that. And it's about limitations and judgments that we put on ourselves by society and family. And you can blow those apart. You can blow right through that wall and rewrite your own story. That's why keeping the peace, being a peacekeeper is really important. Because with peace, with that peaceful calm, it's going to help you see the opportunities instead of the limitations. Does that make sense? Okay. So, elders also want you to know that, well, they apologize for what they put in your way. And that's kind of nice, right? That you're supported and they're like right there cheering you on. And if you listen, you can hear them. At least I can, but you know me, I read tarot cards. So, and then we're going to talk about the spirituality. The High Priestess is up next, okay? And the High Priestess talks about harnessing your mystical power. So, there's major guidance in all three of these cards. Huge, all three. Peacekeeper, this is letting go of your need to be right. Ask, what can I do instead? How can I, if it's breaking a cycle that you do, like something you respond with or something like that, breaking that cycle, it's really good to ask, okay, I just want to do this. I just want to scream at them, but I know I can't. What should I do? And it's okay to ask them, to ask your ancestors. But better yet is to really firm up that connection between you and your higher self. Okay? Harnessing the mystical power is just connecting with that higher source. So you always have that place of peace. You will know that you're not alone. No, even when you're kind of feeling alone, you say, no, I know my truth, right? I know that I'm overcoming all kinds of stuff. And when you are overcoming is when it's going to hit you over and over, the old stuff, the old energy. Well, let's see if you really changed. Come on, let's see. I'm like, bring it. Let's see. Yeah. Let me prove it to you. And actually that just makes us stronger. Oh, no, you're not. That kind of thing. Why does that energy keep coming? I think it's like a test. I think it actually could be, and this is just my theory, but it could be energy that has been set in motion and with the new energy based on our old thought patterns and, on our history, and it's still in motion from that time. It really hasn't triggered into the new energy of new opportunities. So I think it's a lot of things, but that's just my opinion. Okay. So, pretty cool, huh? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the Peacekeeper. We're just going to pull some cards and check it out, So, what's really funny is I did this reading for myself and I was like, what? And sometimes it's not easy to read yourself, But then I listened to this reading. I'm just yakking while I'm shuffling. And then I listened to this reading and the same cards were pulled, and it was like this deck, and I go, no way. It's really interesting. It was like 2 or 3 readings, they're all the same, and the readers just happened to pick the same deck. It was so amazing. But they read it all different ways, and it just opened up all these different doors in my brain. Like I needed more open, right Aquarius? Okay, so let's talk about Peacekeeper and letting go the need to be right. What should we know? What do we need to additional do we need to know about this? Okay, so 8 of Pentacles. So this is when it's upright, 8 of Pentacles is about mastering your life, It's about the everyday thing you do every day that makes things better. And this is about, well, when it's reversed, what haven't I mastered, Is that the place of calmness that maybe we haven't mastered here? That place of maybe not engaging in that energy when somebody's trying to trigger you. Ace of Pentacles. Well, this is the promise of abundance and a new path, a new life. It's something tangible. Aces are always gifts from the divine. And this says, by being the Peacekeeper and letting people have their opinions, even if, they don't have to have our opinions, even if they're wrong. Sorry, that's an air sign thing. But, I'm just teasing. Even though it seems like they may be wrong, it's still their life, right? So being able to take the high road in a place of peace is going to open up more doors, especially the promise, it's a way for you to take on the new energy of walking a new path. Okay, and that's breaking through that wall of limitation, right? Okay, and so 3 of Swords, well, this is a broken heart, 3 of Swords is a broken heart. It's emotional pain, when you've been hurt or... Let me get one more card. Chariot. So, I think the need to releasing the need to be right, and understanding maybe what you need to work on now, is going to open up that door to the future. And it's something that was created through this pain, okay? Because without the pain, I don't think you would have seen it. It wouldn't have, the direction might not have been taken. Or something. Or something how the pain served to move you forward. Here's the Chariot. Here's your new life. And here's the new view. Okay? So that although it's painful, something really good, it is coming out of it. Okay, so now we're looking at moving beyond the ancestral patterns, right? So we have the Sun. This is kind of being in the dark. Being in the dark and not seeing things for what they are. That's what it feels like. Being in the dark. Being not successful. Like, I can't have that. Limitations. It's like limitations that we put on, like the family. Our family never had that kind of thing. Judgment reverse says, we need, it's important that we understand what needs to change. It's important that the shifts take place, or we keep recreating the same situation, right? Those are the same patterns of our family. Not only our family, but in our own life, the cycles that come over and over again. And that, that's a way sometimes we break our own heart because we can't see the change that needs to take place. Ten of Cups is this information, breaking the old patterns, it enables you to follow that new path, get to your place of success and happiness. And this Ten of Cups is emotional happiness. It's just not stuff. It's actually feeling happy. Happy like, wow, I got it all. And a place of gratitude too. Like abundance. I see and appreciate my abundance and my success. So I have the Nine of Pentacles reversed here. So now this is it's kind of reflection of lack. It's almost like, how do I get from lack to this? How do you get from a place of lack or dependency to independence? Nine of Pentacles upright is usually like a single person that has their own business and they're doing really well, and they have, they could have property, this, whatever is important to them, but it's tangible things. And they're very much admired. So how do you get from where your family's been to this? Well, it's so funny. You can just imagine, I don't know you people in my generation, but imagine that Kool-Aid man, and you're breaking through that wall, and you're the Kool-Aid man. You got stuff to bring people, or tell people, or show people, or just happiness. Okay, so let me give you another example. Somebody busting through a wall, like a ninja busting through a wall, because he knows there's good stuff on the other side. Nothing will keep him, or keep you away from what you know is rightfully yours. Boom. It's just like that. Just like that. It's like getting out of that space where you talk yourself out of stuff. That stuff's over. No room for that. Just like there's no room for the need to be right. Because it's all about the moment anyway. And there's a shift going on anyway with who you are. So, defending that old way maybe it's no longer even something you believe in anymore. Weird, right? Anyway, so now we have the High Priestess, and we're talking about harnessing mystical power, right? Three of Wands talks about, this is about your ships coming in, about the things that you put out there coming back in a good way. It's like, look, I've helped a lot of people, and now it's my turn. You're right, it is your turn, Aquarius. And when you doubt, you connect to this. If you can connect, you'll feel it, you'll know it. It's your turn. And this is the Four of Wands reversed. Memories of the past do not define who you are now, okay? Four of Wands reversed is the broken relationships, the unhappy homes, But it doesn't have to define you anymore. And it doesn't matter what our family was. This is our turn. It's your turn. Get another card there. Six of Cups. This is memories of the past. And now on some decks, it's like fond memories of the past, but this looks a little bit dark. Like what's been in the shadows in the past doesn't need to control you anymore. because the daytime, you know, in a few hours, daytime will come. And you'll be able to see what is really there. So if you need to go there and see what's really there to break through that wall, then, and you're not sure if you can do that, then that's where you can harness the mystical powers. What do you know right now? What do you feel when you look at this? When you think about that, what do you feel? And then ask for help. Because we always know really the truth if we can connect to that higher part of ourselves. We really do. It's like, man, I knew that was, I just didn't want to admit it. How many times have we said that? Okay, so this card is Ace of Wands reversed. And when the Ace of Wands reversed is saying that whatever this was here, this broken home, something from the past, a past relationship or childhood or anything like that, that feels a little dark, it kind of puts your fire out. Ace of Wands reversed. This is not inspired. This is not knowing if you can do this again. But there's something that is coming to me. This is not again. It's not again, Aquarius. This is different, and it's new. There's no reason why you have to think you're going to fail. Just go until you win. That's it. That's it. You know, I know that's easy for somebody like me to say, but I'm in the same place. Because I don't want to fail anymore. You know? And why can't you? Why not you? Why not now? Why not different? Why not? There's a lot of support here. Okay, so I'm just going to flip a few more cards just to kind of give a little bit more of a storyline, to kind of pull it together. I know those wanted to jump out, but we'll see. If you decide nothing's going to stop you, nothing. And if you try something and it doesn't quite work out the way you thought, hey, something's just happened. And so you can look at it and say, was that just a fluke, or do I need to do something different, a little bit different? But don't have to give up. Never have to give up. A lot of people that are very successful business owners started many businesses. And then they just kept doing it until they got the big idea, or the right way to do it. However that looks, feels, you know. So we have Ten of Fires reversed. So this is the Ten of Wands, okay? And then we have Ace of Earth. There's the confirmation of the new path. Here's the second time, Ace of Pentacles. There you go. So, shouldn't doubt that. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. Don't tell me what to do. Okay. I hear you. Oh, then you have the Empress here. It's a divine feminine, divine energy. Like, I got it all. Okay, and then we have the King of Air, which, is that you? The King of Air, King of Swords. The King of Air. So any air sign, but it could be representing you since this is your reading. And the Ten of Air. Okay, Ten of Swords. So this is about releasing. It's about talking, right? It's about releasing the burdens. The burdens that have held you back, the things that you took on that were not yours, right? So releasing those family things, everybody's ideas and whatever they said about you. That's exhausting. Just me thinking about that for you. Okay, so because there's better things. You guys, are you laughing? There's better things. We got double. Okay, you got not only one pass, you got two. Okay, two pass or double confirmation, however you want to look at it. But I like the idea of two pass. Okay, two successful pass, right? Empress. Well, I think you're stepping into your divinity, right? It's conquering all this. It's like the stuff that has been put in our way. It's like, you know how when there's a pair of shoes on the floor and you trip over them every single time? It could just be like a sandal. But man, you walk by that and you trip over it. It's getting that shoe out of the way, and then the next one out of the way, and the next one out of the way. And saying, you know, just in case there's some shoes up there, I'm going to be prepared. I know that's really dumb, but I trip over my daughter's sandal, you know, her slip-on shoes, every time I walk by them. And it's so dumb, but it's in my head it made sense. For your example, Empress says, I am divine. I have all four queens in me, and I know what's going on, and I can use any of those powers. And I am balanced. I can create anything, and it doesn't matter who tells me no. I'm going to do it anyway, okay? So King of Air is a masculine energy that is really about knowledge, education. This could even be somebody that is like a doctor or lawyer. Doesn't have to be air, doesn't have to be masculine, but somebody that's showing up with, look, I'm not going to bother with people that, I know what the truth is. See, this is where this comes in, right here, Peacekeeper. If you take on the King of Air energy, the King of Sword energy, you know what the truth is. You don't have to prove it to anybody. It doesn't matter what they think. Simple, right? Because you know what the truth is. And if you have to, you'll tell them, but it doesn't matter because you know who you are. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You're standing in your power, and you know what knowledge you hold. With that alone, the Ten of Swords, you can get those swords out of your back from times gone past. It's time to let them go. All the people's opinions, all of your own opinions, all the things that held you back. It's not necessary to carry that with you. In fact, I don't think you'll be able to. It's time to release them. It's time for us all to release them. Wow, what an amazing reading for you. We're going to do one more card. This is Art Through the Eye of the Soul Oracle. This is going to be that one, huh? Wow. Become your own sovereign. Your own person. Your own success. Your own Kool-Aid man. Your own ninja. Your own planet, your own business, your own rules, your own connection to the divine. Love you, Aquarius. Rock and roll. Take care.